Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I got a lot of great stuff today out garage sailing. There's about 3 or 4 really good ones. I stopped at a thrift shop too, and I made my way to Micro Jus when I was getting some Tim Hortons coffee. So I didn't get any footage today. I didn't really feel like charging the spy camera glasses yesterday. Not like it's hard, it's just, you know, it wasn't a high priority. I knew I was going to go to yard sales today, but I just want to show you what I picked up. So the first place I went to was a multi-family yard sale, and these are always the best to find. Someone's always got video games. So I get there, and right away they had the Rock Band, Guitar Hero, drums, guitar, all that stuff out on the side. So I asked about video games, and the older woman pointed at those, and I was like, no, like just the games. Luckily, her daughter or her niece, somebody else was there, and she said, oh yeah, there's some stuff in the back. So I went in their backyard, and here's the stack of games, and they had like boxes and boxes of 360 games and some original Xbox. I only picked out what I wanted. They said that the yard sale was going on today and tomorrow, so I may go back, but I was just looking for the titles that I needed for my collection, stuff that I haven't seen, and the rest of it would just be filler or doubles, and I may go back, but you know, like, there's me rambling again. Anyway, to start off, the Xbox 360 games that I got, this one I heard a lot of good things. It was one of those hidden classics, I guess, hidden gems. This is Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Next, the Premier Edition of Spec Ops The Line. Haven't played this one, so I'm going to give that one a try. This one I had before, traded in. Going to pick it up again just to own it. Far Cry 3. Another one, I like the Nintendo 64 game. Hopefully this one is just as good. This is Perfect Dark Zero. Prison Break. Never watched the television show. Heard good things about it, though. I don't know how well the game's going to translate, but I don't have it. Next is Battlefield Modern Combat, and this one is the first-person shooter style. I think this is one of the first ones. So I may throw this in just to give it a try. Some original Xbox games, and these ones, none of them I had, so these are all new pickups for me. This is UFC Tap Out. Mech Assault 2, Lone Wolf, Shell Shock, Nam 67. This one was a good one. This is, I guess, one of the more sought-after Xbox games. This is Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Dark Legacy, no book in it, but the disc looks good. And I know this one is, I guess, a little more valuable than your average Xbox game. Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball Maxed. Just picked this up because I never saw a paintball game before. Another 360 game. This one I do want to try, Alan Wake. I picked up a copy last year at a yard sale, but it didn't work. This one, the disc looks really good. And last, the steel tin. All the discs are in there. The only thing is the door's a little loose, but you know, it got squished a little bit. But Halo 3. So those are all the games that I picked up. And as I was putting everything together, she said $1 a game. So I was already like, okay, that's a good deal. And then she's like, no, I have to ask $2 a game because my son's going to give me crap if I sell all his games for so cheap. So $2 a game was fine. And then I saw this bag right here next to all the games with just the top. So I thought it was just the silver Elite 360. And I asked, I said, how much is the 360? Kind of like nonchalant, like, you know, playing it like I didn't want it. And she said, $35? And I was going to pay $35 for it, but I kind of made a face, like I raised my eyebrows to, and she's like, how about $25? So I got this for $25, and she wound up throwing all the games in for like $10. I spent $35 on everything. When I got home, I checked the bag more closely. Let me show you, like, the only thing wrong with it is this Red Wing sticker on it, but this is actually the Halo Reach edition of the 360 Slim, the Elites. So this is pretty cool. This is going to look good on the shelf, and I'm going to check what's on there. But she told me, she said everything was plugged in a few days ago, everything works. Comes with a hard drive from a regular 360, I'm sure it's just a 4 gig. Paddle, these are the plug-in kind, it's got all the wires and everything. I won't pull everything out. But it came with 2 paddles with the wires, which I'm actually starting to like more. Like, you know, wireless is fine. Get this out of the way so it's not so loud. You know, wireless controllers are fine, but I find batteries die so quickly now, and rechargeables are only good like 4 or 5 times before they start to get depleted, so I have no problem with the wires being plugged in. So that was from the first yard sale. Really nice family. I really like when they're friendly and it's not like, I don't know, like, lack of a better term, like people have hard faces and it's almost like not enjoyable going to some yard sales, but these people were really nice. Okay, the next yard sale I went to, they didn't have any video games, you know, like just loose games, and I had asked, the guy thought about it for a second, he's like, well, I have an old Atari, I said, if you're interested in that. So I said, yeah, I love the Atari, I'd love to take a look at it. He came out with the Flashback 4, so I'm guessing he's not the one that bought it, because this is, you know, still relatively new. It comes with 75 games, it's got the poster in it, and here, I'll pop it out so that you guys can see it. They were smokers. This came from a smoker's house. This smells like smoke, like, oh, really strong smoke smell. I'm gonna have to clean this and air this out. But again, like, you know, people say that it's gonna work. I picked this up for $10 after I took it out. I saw, oh, it's the remake, and as soon as I said remake, I guess like he figured that he wasn't gonna get a lot out of it. So $10, yeah, this smells. $10 for this. It came with the poster. Another cool pickup. Other than that, it was a lot of baby clothes. There was a pram stroller that my mother really likes these things, so I texted my father right away. He wound up going back to this place and picking up this pram for $50. Apparently, like, they're expensive and collectible, but that's for another YouTube channel, not ours, right, guys? Next up, I went back to the thrift store, that New Beginnings one I spoke of a couple of times. I found some good games. So I walk in, I say hello to them. She knew right away. She's like, we didn't get any new games, but you're welcome to look at the ones that are still on the stack. But stuff that I didn't want. But they did have a couple of new DVDs and no Blu-rays this time, just DVDs. But I picked up a few. This first one is Lost Colony, as seen on Sci-Fi, The Legend of Roanoke. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like a horror movie. Has a cool cover on it, so, you know, for $1 I picked it up. Next I picked Highway to Hell Collection, 6 movies in one. This one was also $1. It has The Craving, Hell's Highway, Feeding Grounds, The Ridge, Delirium, and Sheltered. So it says over 8 hours of horror. You know, this could be good for a rainy afternoon. And last, we have all the movies. Kirby's a huge fan. You know, some of the, I think I like the first one, the rest you can take it or leave it. But if you look at this cover with the 3D Jigsaw on it, that's pretty cool for $1. It comes with the first 3 Saw movies. Well, I'll take this out so we can have a better look at it. You can see that it's the 3D Jigsaw. Really cool, you know, for $1. I picked it up. We can always just sell our copies. So that was from the thrift shop, just DVDs this week. Stuff from Microjou this week. I only picked up 2 things. Yeah, I only picked up 2 things. The first is I picked up another Nintendo hat. This one is a black rim. If you remember, the other one I have is a red rim. 19 bucks. I needed a new hat. The beak on the last one was getting all faded out, so switch those out. And I also picked up State of Decay Year 1 Survivor Edition for the Xbox One. This one, I played it back on 360, but I never got around to any of the DLC. This has everything included, and I'm looking forward to playing this again. It was a really fun game. I hope all the bugs are taken out of it, because I was one of those people that were lucky enough to make it right to the end without having too many bug problems, but I've heard horror stories from people that they couldn't finish the game, that it would crash, they couldn't get into their trucks, or they couldn't get their supplies out, they couldn't find survivors on the map, all kinds of crazy shenanigans. But from online reviews so far, everything seems to be cool, so this is probably what I'm playing this week. And that was all my yard sale pickups and video game store trip this week. I don't know if this is going to be a clip or if this is me saying goodbye, but I guess we'll find out in a second or two if there's credits or another clip, eh?